Hi. Today I'm listening to my nephew and vibes in. I spent the day with my nephew today, so he's a rapper, so I listen to his music all the time. It's such a beat. It's called Lockdown and it's from Bandana Clips, so go follow him on Instagram if you like rap music or trap music. Today we are going to be talking to Alexaraye from the Mindful Nanny collection. So I am looking forward for her. Hi Jess. Oh, I didn't think you'd make the live today, but hi, welcome. So once the Mindful Nanny joins and requests hi Nanny Kadri, then we will get going. So my nephew's music, I love it. I'm just a supportive auntie anyway. Hi Joe Love, welcome. How are you? How is everyone? What's everyone been up to? Oh, you won't make it to the hookup. Okay, that's cool. We're going live again at 9 p.m. You guys getting me twice today. Lucky you. Oh, I'm joking. Let's see. Mindful Nanny, where are you, lovely? Can someone send it to the Mindful Nanny? Oh, there she is. There she is. There she is. There she is. Oh, yay. Let's see. Hi, Honest Care Nanny. There's back. Whoa. Not sure what that's about. Let's see. We can get her on. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Keep coming in. Keep coming in.
Hi. Hello.
Look at Rayla. She's there.
I was like trying to request, you know. I notice on the live sometimes, like I'll try to request and like, where is she? And I'm like, I'm right here.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, I was like, where is she? Where's she gone? But yes, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm wearing Sabrina Washington's I Teach Tiny Human shirt, so we gotta, you know, we gotta represent, right? Yeah. I got
so
the nanny pins. I got the whole thing, right? Because we're proudly nannies.
Hey,
you know? I gotta represent for all the
the
ladies.
proud nanny. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a bit tired. I'm not gonna lie. My nephew's gonna be 2 next week, and he is a ball of energy.
So
I could have haven't seen him for a while because of the whole pandemic stuff.
Oh.
He was so excited to see me. He just was running up and down the house like constantly. So I was running after him. Playing. Now I'm like, I'm tired.
I saw
How are you?
He's
Okay.
so cute. I saw the pictures. He's super cute. Also, you look fabulous. You're just glowing.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you. I thought we're orange today. It's my new color that I'm feeling.
You rock it really well. I don't know if I've ever worn orange, and maybe I should challenge myself. Maybe
yes, do it. I got told by a lady, this random lady walked up to me. She said, your spirit is so beautiful. Why don't you wear more colors? You always wear black. I was like, okay, got that. That's all right. I'll start wearing more colors. Yeah, the random lady. I've never seen her in my life before, but she knew I always wore black, so I was like, okay, that's a bit spooky.
Yeah.
But yes, let us know. We're here for you, not for me, right?
Oh.
So tell them who you are, what you're about, what you stand for, how long you've been a nanny, and yeah, the floor is yours.
Awesome, right on. Thank you so much, obviously, for just like having me. And like when we chatted yesterday, I always love chatting with you, and it's just this ball and it's just a ray of sunshine. So and I just want to say hello to everybody who's joined. I can see your little hands waving, and I just want to say hi. So yeah, I guess, okay. I'm really bad about talking about myself, but my name is Alexaraye Vallejo, and I'm the creator of the Mindful Nanny trainings and the Mindful Nanny Collective, and you can find me on Instagram, and also the Mindful Care Collective. I have bigger dreams with the Mindful Care Collective to really support mindfulness with families as a whole, but my really huge, big #1 passion is to support nannies. So that's why I have the Mindful Nanny Collective. I've got the Mindful Nanny trainings that are literally launching this Saturday, and I'm so excited. Actually, they're already in launch, but we're beginning and starting. And so we've got a beautiful, beautiful group of nannies that are going to be doing these trainings, and they're committing to 100 hours of really embodying what mindfulness is. Really, isn't that amazing? They're going to take on this self-care. Like, my whole thing is like, we have to stop normalizing like self-care burnout, right? It's just, it's a real thing.
It's so normal.
Right? And we have to let that go. We have to start finding our boundaries. We have to start really teaching the next generation how to thrive and how to survive and how to really tend to itself, because it starts with our inner landscape. And you know this too, like if we've got this whole battle going on, and we're humans. Every day we're going to have some sort of battle going on. The one constant in life is change. And so it's really important to show up authentically for the little ones we care for and talk to them about our emotions and our feelings, but first find that space to be able to find them ourselves so that we can kind of process through those. Like, I like how Brene Brown always talks about this. There's like the first draft, the second draft, and the third draft. And I feel the same way with our emotions. Unless we are able to sit with ourselves just for at least 10 minutes a day without technology, without our to-do list. And you're a huge leader in the industry, and you're somebody that's always like on the go. And I just want to say thank you so much, because it's a big commitment. It's a really big commitment to put yourself out there and to try to support other people.
I got anxiety, so this is like 3-4 years in the making. I finally was like, after 4 years, like, I'm just going to do it, because anxiety has been going, no, what are you doing? No, you can't do that. What are you doing? So yeah, but like I said, this is not about me. It's about you. Let's go.
But it is. But I love how you authentically spoke to that, because it is such a journey to even get to the spot where we're at right now. It took me 3 or 4 years too before I was like, is this a good idea? Is this like interesting thing that I want to be able to support people with? Like even something conceptually that anybody else would be interested in? And then I went through therapy. I reorganized friendships. I reevaluated my life. I started mindfulness and sitting with myself. And I started unpackaging what was really important to me. And I was looking at these little human beings that I was caring for, and they teach you something every day, right? Every single day there's something that they teach us. I think they should be wearing shirts that are like, we teach our humans.
Yeah,
you know?
We teach humans. Like, we teach adults, literally.
Yes, exactly. And they do. And it's like, if I don't show up to be my best and whole self, and you know, as a human being, like if you're being your best self, you know, when you're walking into a room or your nanny family's home or the hotel room that if you're a travel nanny, you know what you're bringing to the table. And kids,
100%. They pick up on it. They know.
Yeah. I see the Norman in you too. Yeah, they know.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
I learned so much from my nanny kids. Yeah, it's true. Me too. I've learned patience from them, compassion, selflessness, like so many things. And it's continuous as well. And that's why I feel like when I'm not with my nanny kids, I feel like there's a void. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like there's, like now I haven't been with my nanny boys for 2 weeks. I'm suffering. I'm not going to lie. And that's why I feel like I had to be around my nephews today, because I need to be around children. Like I was getting withdrawal symptoms because it's bad. It's bad, but it's good. But I don't know if that's healthy.
Well, I think it's that, okay, so I want to do like a one night, like a nanny watch party on Netflix, because they have that whole series called Babies. And I haven't seen that at all on there.
No, but do it, because who is it? Plenty TLC. Is it Plenty TLC caregiver? That's it. Yeah, I'm saying it right. So lovely. And it's Ashley as well. She did a nanny Netflix and chill. And I'm not going to lie, it was like 1 a.m. in the morning here, but I stayed up for that because
you are such a trooper.
First of all, I'm trying to support as many nannies as I possibly can. A lot of the time I've had meetings or I'm working or stuff and I've missed stuff. But if I can make it, I will try my utmost best once I work out the time zone, because I got that wrong with you again, didn't I?
It's okay. I'm just like the queen of like,
But yeah, no, and literally I was up with them until like 3:30 in the morning here, and we watched the film, which was really good, and then we just had a girl chat. It was so nice. Like we spoke about dating, just our conversation. I'm not gonna lie, they were helping me because I am useless when it comes to dating. Because I've been single for like nearly 6 years. I really love my own space, so I find it really difficult to date. I'm not gonna lie, I really struggle with it. Once I'm in it, I'm fine. It's just the finding people part. So we were watching a film on Netflix. On Netflix, it was Netflix, but it was on Zoom. But it was just so nice to do that. Like, so I think you should do that, and I would definitely come.
It would be super fun to have that. Maybe we could like co-host it somehow and figure out like a time that
Yes.
works for everybody. That would be
Oh, yes. Let's, all right. Off camera, we're going to talk. We're going
Yes,
to talk.
deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
I'm down.
Something I'm really passionate about is this whole mindful, like, okay, so I created the Mindful Care Collective separate than the Mindful Nanny Collective because I want to be able to teach parents how to be employers of nannies because that's a hard job, right? If we put ourselves in their shoes, all of a sudden, especially for those who didn't take care of children before, and maybe they were just, you know, on their pathway to their own career. And one day they just have a baby, right? And they're like, holy cow. And then you got postpartum on top of it. And then you got a relationship. And then you have your career. And then now you have to manage somebody for the very first time. I think systemically, this is a big issue that's happening, this overwhelmed feeling. And then also society, right? Pulling us apart away from being able to connect with our inner landscape and taking the time to do that. And if we don't do that, then we can't truly empathize. And nor do we even have the time to empathize with our domestic care leader. Has to change because who's being affected? Bottom line, the kids. Which is just not good. But a huge passion of mine is also to work into, I'm also a former doula. I've worked in a lot of different sectors, but working in and helping nannies figure out the postpartum phase and how does that look? What role do we play? What way could we show up? Also mindful dating, because as caregivers of children, we're so open to everybody, right? We're a magnet.
I need you for mindful dating because
and we're just like, we're a magnet for kind of like lack of boundaries because we haven't learned them. We're a magnet for people who need to be cared for and that have their own stuff to go through. And
needy men.
Yeah. Women are rising right now. Does everybody realize that right now that's watching this? Women are rising. We are finding our truth. We are finding our power. And in between that space, I'm all about being a feminist, but a gentle feminist. That's my approach personally to it. And I think men are probably like, wait, what? Like they've also been told
what's going on here?
Yeah. They've been told for so long to like not feel, to be the strong person. Same with some of us as women. Don't be dramatic. Don't make a big deal out of this. It's really interesting, but it's really
I'm going to quickly go to the comments because you're getting hella comments here, Alexa. So let me go up. There's a few people saying a few things. Let me just double check. Goodness me, there's so many people.
Everybody.
Oh, wait. All right, hold on.
People, that's so cool.
It's just so funny that you came in so it can wave. It says, you look cute, boo. Oh, thank you. I think she's talking about you. Let's see. Hi, Lala. Norman Nanny, hey. We got quite a lot of people. The Norman Nanny says, yes, I learn so much from my nanny kids. We all do. And she said, I am more whole because of these little babies. Yeah. Literally, I feel like a part of me is missing when I'm not with them. So
oh my goodness.
Nanny Kadri said, I think you both are doing a brilliant job in the nanny industry. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, Jayla. The Norman Nanny said, I look up to both of you so much. You're both doing amazing things for this industry. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You. It's nice to see our hard work being appreciated.
Yeah, thank you. And right back at her too, because I love her posts.
Yeah, so do I. She's such a sweetheart. Let's play and learn and get on Tinder, Shada. Can someone help me do that? Because I have no clue what to do. Like, dating apps, to me, like, I'm very old school. Like, I've always met my boyfriends in school or through a mutual friend. So this online thing, I feel very uncomfortable with it because it's like, what do I do? What do I say? Where do I go? Who do I find?
Like a virtual dating thing or something.
Yeah.
Just nannies and caregivers of children.
Because obviously we don't want to fetishize it because some people get fetished. Like, can you be my nanny? Like, no, I can't. So let's see. You got a question? If you guys do have questions for Alexa, please put it down in the comments and we will get through them. So the Norman Nanny asks is, what was a turning point in your mindfulness journey? And you mentioned something about therapy. I want to touch on that. What was a turning point in your mindfulness journey?
That's a really good question. And like there was different stages to it. Definitely through my therapy, I learned how to feel my body for the first time. I learned how to connect with my inner landscape, how to find what I call the anchor. And it's so personal for everybody. So like even during the Mindful Nanny training that I'm hosting, I'll encourage everybody to find their anchor. And so my anchor was grounding in through my feet and recognizing that at any point in time and day, if it was my nanny parents talking or if it was a family member or it was something that just wasn't resonating with me, or my intuition was ticking at me, instead of getting carried away in the thought and creating this whole story, I would just start to anchor in my feet. And that's how I found my breath, which is your breath is like your biggest tool. And the nice thing is nobody knows that you're trying to do it. Nobody knows that you're tending to yourself. I think the second biggest milestone was in my second year of practicing. I'm trying to become a certified mindfulness-based stress reduction teacher. And my second phase was really sitting with myself year 2 and recognizing that I had all of these emotions. And I kind of look at them as like these circles, like these spheres. And within each one of the spheres, it's joy, jealousy, insecurity, excitement, anticipation. We all carry these emotions. That is the one thing that we have in common as human beings. While we're drastically different and beautifully unique, there's not one person in the world that has your brain. We all do have this one thing in common. And it's our spirit, it's our mind, it's our inner landscape, it's these emotions. And within the depth of each of these emotions, instead of fighting anxiety or depression or PTSD or any of these big things that I was really, really working through, I was starting to befriend them and starting to get to know them and really trying to see. But they had been calling for me to see them for so long. And I was denying it because I was told to most of my life. Just push past it. Just work a little harder. Just get up out of bed and just do it. And that wasn't serving me well. It was holding me back in life. So instead, I befriended each one of these emotions. Even excitement and joy have beautiful depth to them and layers, just like any other relationship. As we get to know each other, as you know, once we open the door to curiosity and to something that's different and something that we're not used to, there's so much to explore in that vast area. So I think that was the biggest piece for me. And it was really just like this unique. So I hope that answers the question, but yeah.
Thank you. That was very, very helpful. Oh God, preach it. Let's say, Jayla says, dating has been a topic within the nanny community lately. It has. Hi ladies, love you both, my faves. Oh, love you too, Nanny Kim on the go. Let's Play and Learn said, okay, we're getting you on Tinder on Sunday. I'm all over that at the moment. So I'm meeting up with Let's Play and Learn and Nanny Toto on Sunday. So yeah, guys, help me out. Because I'm
we're gonna shout out a partner.
Let's see, the Mindful Nanny Collective. I just learned you were a yoga instructor. I would love to do a yogi session with you. There you go, you got a client.
Yes, I would love that.
That's from Jayla, Nanny J Shotwell. So make sure you connect with her after. Send her a message, Alexa.
She's so sweet too. She's always been really, really kind.
Virtual nanny yoga session. There
Absolutely.
you go.
Yes, I do. So I do 6 times a year. I do nanny virtual self-care retreats, and I've always done them in the past, way even before COVID. And it's an opportunity for us to gather, really talk about our careers. I also do this every other Sunday free nanny virtual chat where you can just kind of tune in. It's a confidential space. And we integrate at least 10 minutes of mindfulness almost every single session.
Yeah, the best guys.
Absolutely. That's my whole goal. Is like I support and do yoga lessons, and I've got memberships coming out too. So if you graduate from the Mindful Nanny training, then only graduates are allowed to go into this membership where you can basically get on-demand mindfulness that is catered to your nanny career, and also yoga sessions, because our bodies hold so much. We're hanging on to so much for these little kiddos. So follow me, DM me. I'll put you on the newsletter list, so that way you can pick and choose and make a mindful choices when it works for you, or you can schedule with me. I also have but I have nanny pricing, because I understand that we're still fighting for our wages. We're still fighting for a way for us to access self-care. That's a huge passion of mine. So continue to kind of watch me and unfold, because I'm going to create more and more and more opportunities where I'm trying to bring on other people to support. And anybody else who's a yoga teacher out there, if you want to donate a class or a mindfulness class or something to the nanny community, please let me know. And then that just ties right back into what you're doing. It's called a collective for a reason. I'm not the only one that has this vessel. We all have vessels that we all need to hear and learn and grow from. And I really please encourage all races, all folks, all sizes, all backgrounds. Culture is really, really important to me. So please know that you are a really safe, you're in a safe space if you come to reach out to me. So I want you to know that.
Yeah. Can I just second that? I need to give 2 testimonials. First one is, I did a yoga session with Lexi, and when I say she kicked my butt, guys, she's amazing. She's flexible. I thought it was flexible, so I was like, got this. You know, I haven't been able to do my yoga classes since COVID. So I was like, I've been off a few weeks. It's fine. I said, I'm a beginner in this. You were like, yeah, so your leg goes, the leg goes like that. I said, hold on, wait, 1 minute, 1 second. Like, I said, you're flexible. And she's like, oh, like, I don't think you realize. I was like, nah. And then she was holding positions for long, and I'm struggling, like, shaking. And she's just like, calm, like, and so we're going to do it. I was like, no. I said, no. And I think I just loved you even more. I loved you before that, but I loved you even more after that, because I was like, she's strong.
Thank you.
So that was one. The second is, a lot of nannies have said to me, which I am very grateful for, and I'm going to take it, that they, thank me a lot for connecting, nannies with each other and networking. And that was something I was very kind of insecure about, just, because I got a big personality. I'm like, people are going to think I'm too much. So I need to I'm going to be myself anyway. But I don't know how, like, thank you. But, I am loud. Like, I'm not quiet. But I don't know. I just think I would just, I don't know, like, I've helped a lot of people meet each other, which is amazing. But I have to also thank you, because I randomly, when I started obviously coming online and meeting nannies, was just looking for other nannies, really. And I have to thank the universe, because it guided me to you. As well as Nanny Chella and Crystal's live. That was the first thing I saw. The second thing I saw was your nanny social on the Sunday. So every 2 weeks on a Sunday, Alexa does just on, like it's kind of like Zoom, but it's not Zoom, but it's kind of like Zoom. And loads of nannies just go into this virtual chat, and we just talk about what's going on, anything that's going good, any wins, we all celebrate it, any losses or anything bad, good, ugly, whatever, we talk. And that for me is a space that I didn't know existed. And also it's been something I've been looking for the longest time, because here in the UK, like I said, a lot of the UK nannies I've met so far, absolutely love them. But if you check the Facebook groups, it's quite catty and it is quite cliquey. So I've not really seen a supportive kind of, not saying there isn't one, but I haven't seen one where, there's loads of UK nannies like that in one group setting, and everyone's supporting each other genuinely. That for me was so refreshing, and it was just like it just calmed me. And then you just have the voice of an angel. So when you're talking, I'm feeling to meditate. So, it was just amazing. And so I'm going to say, guys, if you're looking for, to find your tribe, or just to find nannies that can relate to what you're going through, join the collective on Sunday, right? It's every 2 weeks on a Sunday. Yes. When's the next one? This Sunday or next week?
Next Sunday. Yes,
next Sunday. Perfect. So what would that be? What's the date?
Let me. Actually, I can't look because it's on my phone. It'll pause.
All right, let me get it. I'll get it up, because what we want to do is make sure that, because some people will watch this back on the replay, and I want to make sure that they can access it as well. And you can message Alexa for the link. Please. Is that right?
Welcome. Any questions you have? Anything?
It'll be the 4th.
I nanny coach too, and I got some testimonials on my website. If you want to look, and I know it helps me if I find a testimonial and I'm like, oh, I really resonate with that. I'm gonna start doing some more video testimonials, and Shada really helped with that too, and it kind of encouraged me to do that, because it helps to see a face, right? More than just words. And also it's truly authentic. But hey Pete, I love Pete so much. Hi.
Oh Pete, we love her. Let me tell you, she's so supportive as well. She was like, the first collective I came to, she was bigging up everyone. She was like, she was the ebook, and she is this, and she is that. And I said, I love this. She was so authentic. Love you. You're the best. And she said the collective is an amazing platform for nannies. It really is. So if you guys are looking for that, if the next one's on the 4th of October, make sure you join. And then you join the Instagram group after, right? And it's just support, man. Oh, man, it's just amazing. And it is a big reason why I met a lot of nannies through your collective. So I have to thank you for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are so blessed by you. Every time you're there, you bring your energy there. And I remember the freelance provider. She's like, she was obsessed with your accent, and I love that so much. It was so cute.
Oh, who was that? Oh yeah, she goes, could you say this? Could you say it? She goes, oh my god, every time you talk,
So sweet. I love that so much. I was listening to your U.S. Nanny Association presentation, which by the way was so wonderful, on culture and how to hire a nanny of culture. I love that. And my boyfriend was like, I could just listen to her talk all day. I was like, that was really cute.
Thank you. I can't, but thank you.
I love that. Thank you for being you, because and I just have to reciprocate this like testimonial back to you, because same thing. Like if I've entered some of these groups, especially here in the Pacific Northwest, it's been really challenging in Oregon to find other nannies. Like I go in with my bubbly personality and I'm like, hey guys, da, 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 da. And I'm looked at like as if I'm just like this like really odd person.
Crazy.
And I have to, you have to breathe. I have to kind of use my mindfulness skills. I have to breathe through it, and I have to like be like, you know what?
Read the room.
I'm not going to take this personal. I'm just going to continue to be me. So good job for you continuing to be you, because things like this, it's encouraging for other people to get out of their shell. You've always been so kind to me. You've always been so open, and you've been this huge, just like ray of sunshine every time I talk to you. Every time I talk to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And this is something I want to speak about as well in regards to you. I want to get your views on it, because we spoke about it privately, but I want to commend Alexa for being a white ally to Black people and Black nannies, because when this George Floyd happened and the movement of Black Lives Matter, she was one of 2 white friends I have that reached out to me, and I was moved and I was touched, because I could see that they genuinely wanted to understand what it is that us Black people go through, and they wanted to make a change. They wanted to make a difference. Now, the other friend I have is called Dom, and I've posted her before. Well, her son, lovely Arlo, and I've got my son is half Black, so I need to know these issues. I need to know what's going on. I need to know, how do I understand like my white privilege and everything, like what is it that I can do. And you was the only nanny that did that, so I just have to put my hand up and say thank you for that. And this is National Nanny Recognition Week, so I'm recognizing that beautiful soul that you have, because that was big. She got Alexa got all these nannies together, Black, white, and she made all the white nannies just listen to the Black nannies talk. That's it. She didn't speak. She said, we can't speak, we need to listen. And we was on that for probably nearly 2 hours. And it was just so refreshing to speak about what we had gone through. And for you, Lexi, as well, you was like a bit shocked, right? At some of the things that were said. You was like, what? Like, and for us, that's our norm. That is literally our norm. And you started, there was tears, you started crying, we started crying, everyone started crying, but it was just so touching to know that you genuinely cared and you wanted to make that change. And it isn't something that you said and gone back on. To this day, you still ask questions, you still say, I'm putting this in place, is this good enough? I want you to help me with this, and continue doing that. Please continue. And I hope a lot of nannies watching this back that are white take lead from you.
Take the lead.
Because
take the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that for me was like up there. After that, I was like, no one can't chat to me about the mindful nanny. She's up there for me.
Thank you.
So yeah, I really appreciate that. I have to thank you for that, because that takes a lot of courage. We're all very strong Black women, and you did not do that. You were like, listen, guys, we need to talk. I appreciate that. I know that wasn't easy for you.
Thanks for saying that. I knew it wasn't easy, but those are the spaces where we get, we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's the only way change happens. And I wanted to make sure that I approached it in a mindful way, and I wanted to make sure I was listening. This is not a time for me to speak. This is not about me. This is not about anything to have to do with me. I need to listen so that I can learn how I can support, how I can do better, how I can grow in this space. I have a lot to learn, and we do have a lot to learn. I'm glad I'm a huge believer, and if we don't have the conversations that need to be had, we're not going to do any kind of growth at all. And it takes a lot of depth to do that. And I just thank you for being receptive and allowing me to ask you the questions I've wanted to ask. And I'm really thankful for everybody in that group. You guys are incredibly powerful, strong Black women in the community. Your voices have to be heard. And it was eye-opening for me to hear that, in a sense, that I think the biggest takeaway was nobody's ever asked us these questions. Nobody's ever asked us how to support. And you have to be, I think Chella said this, you, because you're the white woman in the group, have to be the person that says, come listen to everybody, because people trust you. It makes me really sad. It just makes me super sad that would even be the case. And I feel really blessed by my community here in Oregon and my sisters here that I've grown up with. The school that I went to, I was a minority as a white person, and I'm actually Hispanic. So I know I look really white, but I've faced a lot of like holding these conversations for other people, talking about my ethnicity as if they don't know that I'm Mexican. And they're talking about Mexican people in a way that was just really demeaning. And I'm sitting there thinking, you have no idea like what you're so I just want to be able to open these conversations. I always want to learn. I always want to know more. And this isn't a conversation that's just going to be a topic for now. This is always going to be an evolving conversation.
Ongoing.
And I make sure that like on every single nanny chat, on every single thing that you sign before you sign up for a training, I have a whole section in my training about diversity and inclusion, and I add something every week to it. And every week I send an email out asking what else somebody else can provide or has a resource on, or where else I can learn. I've been taking a training every single week on it. I'm taking a social emotional equity learning training right now to go out to the schools that I work at and go teach teachers this stuff through a mindful approach. So this is really a huge passion of mine. And thank you for being receptive to it. And also for all the women that were in that group, thank you for allowing me to be able to ask you, if I have any questions about this, can I come to you and ask you? Because I want to make sure that I'm appropriately, learning.
And one of the things that you asked that was very, for me, was a big deal. You said, you said something, and it was good because you got corrected, and it was like, you can't, like, you're not allowed to say that. And you was like, whoa, okay, let me know. Let me know. Because you said, I think it was black people of color or something like that. It was like, no, to call us black.
Nope.
I remember, like, to say black. I was like, whoa, like, even I was like, oh God, like, bless her. Well, you took it so well. You was like, okay, so tell me what it is that I need to say. Like, so what disrespectful? Like, you probably was asking the questions, and I was like, it's weird, but it's amazing because you just never see that here in the UK. Like, the UK is very like, just don't speak about it, and like it's not happening. It's very like that. Like, it's very rare, and I think the only people that kind of reach out would be white people that hang around black people. That's it. But I've not seen anyone that's predominantly white, grown up very white, very privileged or whatever, that has come out and said, I want to learn more about this. Shada, you're my black friend. Could I speak to you? But no nannies, or not even nanny, just only that one friend I had, and she's not a nanny, she's a parent. So that is so important. And like I said, I just have tons of respect for you for that. I'm going to go to the comments quickly because you're getting a lot of comments, girl. Love you, ladies. People Dula said, hey, we love you too. Shireen, hi. She said, best energy ever. Oh, thank you. I love her. She's so sweet. Nanny Kim on the go said, yes, love the group, the best space and energy. And Pipi Dula said, yes, ally. Thank you, Lexi. Nanny Kim on the go said, yes, thanks for bringing that up, Shazi Poo. That's my nickname. So true. Definitely shows her sweetheart. It really does. Thank you, Alexa. Hi, we got more people coming in. Hi, guys. Hi. So I wanted to ask you more about your so first of all, let the people know how long you've been a nanny for, because I don't think you mentioned that.
Yeah. Okay. So when I was 11, my brothers and sisters were born consecutively after me, all three of them. And I started taking right away. It was just this really interesting, like, I was very comfortable with a newborn. I remember those, the first year's books. Remember all of those?
Yeah. My first
book. Yeah. I think I read it more than my parents did, but I loved it. I was highlighting things and like putting post-it notes. My mom's like, okay. But I was so excited to have a sibling, and I was so excited to, just be around this little being. And my mom had some difficult pregnancies, and I was really proud of her for pushing through and getting to a place where she felt confident enough to have each one of these children. And she did pretty well postpartum. But I noticed how just comfortable I was with them. And I got to be honest, I didn't grow up in more so than I should have been. I was kind of the mom figure of the house. My parents, I kind of knew at age 11, when I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I could hear my brother crying, that I had to make a choice as an older sister. Am I just going to be this older sister that's back here, or I'm going to be a sister that's really, truly involved? And
Mom,
I
yeah.
would wake up at 6 o'clock every morning and help with the feeding and help with it. And really actually doing it myself. I wouldn't say I was being helped. And
How old are your siblings, younger
so
siblings?
now they're 22, 19, and 18. Yeah.
Wow, they're
Mm-hmm.
young. So
Yeah.
you practically grew up like an only child at first, and then
I
you
did.
got siblings.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. It was really
wow.
interesting. And then because of course we're involved with the church and we're involved with all, all the other, all their little things that they've got going on, all the parents were
Mm,
like, oh, my child loves you. Like, could you please, yeah, I would be in the room and all the children would be around me. It didn't matter what, it was a
yeah,
Christmas party. It didn't matter like what
yeah,
it was, right? Nanny world. We all do that. We see a child and they're just like,
yeah.
oh. So, and I started nannying and I started working in marketing when I was on my own at 17. So then by the time I was 18, and I worked in marketing for about 2.5 years, but every single vacation I had, I would go and I would nanny because I would make more money. It
Yeah,
was more fulfilling. And so
yeah,
then parents
yeah.
were like, why don't you just start doing this? So around the market hit and things weren't going very well. And honestly, at the time, I really didn't like adults. At that time,
Yeah.
I liked children so much more.
Trust me.
And so I started nannying and I loved it. That's where felt like I was really just thriving. And I wish I had started like an account like this a long time ago because I had like my nanny binder and I had like my
Yeah,
everything organized. And my mom had taught
yeah,
me really, really well how to stay organized,
yeah,
how to show up.
yeah.
So I've been doing it ever since, and I've traveled all around the world being a nanny and a doula.
Mm,
I've really enjoyed it. I think my favorite job was when I lived in Hawaii, when I was going to school, attending school to become a nurse
mm,
midwife, and
mm.
I loved working in the hotels with all the travel families. And
Yeah,
yeah, kitty magnets.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
um,
nannies are kidding me. We are. Everywhere
yeah,
I
we
go,
are.
I end up being around the kids. And everyone's like, Shada, you always with the kids. And I'm like, wow, it's not even conscious. It just
Yeah.
happens. I don't know. It's true. It's very true. We are kitty
Yeah.
magnets.
Yeah, but I loved in Hawaii. I thought I get paid to hang out with these kids and
Yeah,
go to the pool and take them to the beach and show them all the neat things that are in Hawaii. It was such a
yeah,
rewarding experience. I
yeah.
feel incredibly blessed. Yeah.
That is like a dream come true to be a nanny in Hawaii.
Oh
There's
my,
808 nanny who's based in Hawaii, isn't
yes.
she?
She's in
I told her
Hawaii.
already. She
Yeah.
said, when you come to Hawaii, Shada, don't worry, you're coming to stay with me. I said, don't worry, I will. I'll take you up on your offer, don't
I
worry.
love that.
Because Hawaii just sounds like a dream place to
Oh,
be. And
it's
I think
amazing.
people live there. Imagine living in a destination where people go to as a paradise holiday.
It was
That is like
paradise. It was
literally, I can
amazing. I
imagine. I
found
can
my heart
imagine.
there. Like I found my heart there. I
Yeah.
found my soul there. I was able to start
And the
going to
hip,
therapy because I had people there that are so authentic. Like you can't get away with stuff there. You just can't. It's amazing. I loved it.
I can
My heart misses
imagine.
it almost every day. We'll have
Oh,
to go
I
together.
need
We
to
should go together.
definitely
You
go.
should because I'm only 5 hours away from Hawaii. You can come
Oh,
stay with
are
me,
you?
and then we should fly
Yeah,
over
and
there.
then
We
we
should
fly out
island hop.
there.
Yeah, we should go to the island
Yes.
because it's so much fun. I have friends and family we can go stay
All
with.
right, right. When we come off the live, we're planning that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
I'm
I'm down.
serious.
I'm
'Cause
serious.
listen, I miss traveling so much. It's so much a part of me. Like I'm a travel nanny, it's what I
Yeah.
do, like international, like nanny everywhere. So to not be able to travel, being in London for 7 months,
Hard.
it's difficult, man. It's
Yeah.
difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I was acting like yeah, I'll be fine. No, I've been struggling. I'm saying it. I've been struggling. Oh,
But I
look,
think
and
you've
then
been doing
Princess
that
wants to
for.
come as well.
Oh heck
Princess
yes,
said, "Count me in." Listen,
girl.
nanny road trip. Let's go. Wait, can
Absolutely.
you drive to Hawaii from you? You can't, can you?
Should we say that again? Oh no, we
Can
have to
you drive
fly.
there?
Yeah, because
Oh, it's
Hawaii is like
flight.
a
Okay, because I
yeah.
know you guys love to do all this flight and driving business. In America, you don't. Yeah, I just drove for 12 hours. Excuse me? What? 12 hours? That's like half a
Yes,
day.
totally. Yeah.
Right, nobody's like, yeah, I'm looking to drive. It's 9 hours. It's a 9 hour drive. What?
You're like,
9 hours?
what? We should do like a mini
Yeah,
tour bus. We should start. We can meet in. I
literally.
think it would be right. It's probably easier for you to meet on the East Coast, right? Because you're only
Yeah, I think so. Like New York, East Coast, New York, right?
okay. Yeah. So I think it's
Yeah,
like a.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's like a 8-hour flight to go over there, but I could meet you over there. We're just gonna plan it, all right?
Yeah, we're gonna plan this. We're gonna do a road trip. We're gonna get a camper bus. Yeah, I'm on it. We're gonna get a camper bus and we're gonna go from different states. Listen, who's on it? If you're on it, DM me. Let's get this going.
That would be amazing. We could document the whole thing. That would be really amazing.
No, I'm dead serious, Alexa. I'm dead serious.
Me too. Me too. What's the date today?
Yeah, I'm down.
Thursday, September 24th. We're gonna look back on this video a year from now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put on a nanny tour bus, picking up nannies.
Right. Manifest, speak it into existence for sure. I'm just hoping these restrictions ease up a bit because it's difficult. But so what we've kind of you spoke about your passions of like why you love being a nanny. Talk to us more about the side of not like the things you don't enjoy so much or the things that are quite challenging for you as a nanny.
Ooh, okay, parents are the most challenging thing for me, right? Yeah. And I have a big passion about building that bridge of communication between parents and nannies. I have a big vision to be able to let everybody know that's involved in the childcare industry that we need who's being affected here, kids. So we kind of need to wake up a little bit and recognize and get past ourselves, and we need to support parents, and we also need to support nannies. And when I look at these nanny forums on Facebook, sometimes I gotta say I'm a little disappointed. I think we can do better. And I see 100%. And I see some really interesting things in there, and the comments make me kind of sad sometimes. I'm like, where's the positivity? Where's the understanding? Where's the empathy? Where's the emotion? Which is another big reason I created these mindful nanny trainings, because until we start sitting with ourselves, we're not going to be able to sit with anybody else. And we have to remember, as nannies, we've been doing this a long time. We were all beginners at one time. Hi, Angela. We were all beginners at one time. We didn't know how to change a diaper at one time. We didn't know how to deal with a tantrum. We rescued a child right away when they fell. We didn't know how to approach a difficult conversation. So when we look at parents and we look at them with judgment, I gotta say, let's go ahead and stop. Let's take a deep breath. Let's get back into that beginner mindset again and recognize that parents are doing their best. Let's believe that humans are doing their best. Nannies are doing their best. And this conflict that's happening between the two, let's figure out the root of the conflict, because it's so unique depending on the parent and each parent's experience and what's going on, and especially the nanny. And we all come from a childhood where we could do better. Every single person on the face of the planet. So when we have that opportunity and knowledge to know that we can do better, I have to look at that. And when you ask me the question, what's the most difficult thing? That is such a truthful, honest question. I'll always hold the space for that. And it is parents, but I do seek to do better. I do seek to expand my knowledge and how I can support them. And I think parents have always been really surprised when I ask them, what can I do better? How can I support you? And I'm always surprised when they don't ask it back. Oh my God, I love your coffee cup. That's amazing.
Thank you. Sorry, I tried to sneak in while you were talking.
I did that too. I got my coffee too.
It was cheers. Isn't it? This is like for my birthday. What you got?
That's so sweet. So I have cold brew, and I like to put turmeric in there, and I like to put cinnamon powder. It's it's fall, so pumpkins.
Very healthy.
Pumpkin spice. Yes,
turmeric is amazing. Tea, my darling. It's just tea in here.
What kind of tea? Black tea?
I'll just have like English tea, but I don't have milk in my tea, so it's just black tea.
Ooh, okay. I love that cup so much. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Is that what's your favorite tea? Emily.
Tetley. It's just very British tea, just normal. I'm really funny about flavored tea.
Okay.
I know that's like peppermint, but actually what did I have? The tea that makes you sleep.
Earl Grey or chamomile?
That's it, chamomile. That's it. Okay. I don't like it. I hold my nose, but it helps me sleep because I have insomnia. So if I drink that, I knock out. Out. Yeah. But that's the only tea. Yeah, I like just the normal original tea. I'm a bit boring in that sense.
Okay, so
you're saying a very strong point about. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. I know we get so excited. It's hard because it's virtual. Okay, so when I finish my sleep meditation, I'm going to send it to you and give me some feedback, and maybe it'll lull you to sleep and help with the insomnia, because that's something that helps me so much. But anyways, sorry. What were you saying?
Please help, because what I do now is I have a meditation teacher that comes here once a week, but because of COVID, he's not been able to do that. So I meditate in the morning and in the evening, and I also listen to like the sound of the ocean on YouTube. And
Me
My
too.
family love.
Me too.
But that, I swear to you, this is why when I lived in Oman, I lived on the beach. So all I had to do was leave the window open,
Yeah.
and I could fall asleep to that. Oh my goodness, I had the best months of my life there sleeping because I could hear the ocean. It was natural. I didn't have to use my YouTube.
Same.
It was amazing. But now, obviously, we're back in England.
Yeah.
I have to now use YouTube to listen to the ocean sound, so that really helps me to go to sleep. But I'm getting better. Like, I've been training myself to sleep without it. But some days when I'm really struggling to like switch off, if I play it, it's like my brain goes, ocean music's on, time to sleep. Boom, let's go. So yeah, that definitely does help. But the meditation definitely does help me as well. But I would love to know what you do as well. I take anything at this point. We've got some comments. Kalisha said, sounds awesome. Why am I not a nanny? I know. Why are you not? But your mummy, your mom, your parents. So you got one knocked up.
Yes, parents are amazing.
You got it all time. Hey, up the nanny. Hey, I'm going live with her at 9 p.m. So guys, tune in. That's going to be on the nanny hookup. Nanny Kim on the Go said, Nanny Shada takes America. I like that. I'm thinking very kind of like Kim and Chloe take Miami. Did I just fit up? That's actually something, isn't it? Very Kardashian, you know. Hey ladies, big up Shaz. Oh, thank you. That's the me photo. Hi. Then we got Nanny Caddy says, in England, most people drink only black tea. Really? I didn't know that. I thought they use milk. But I don't have milk because I'm vegan, and I don't like milk. So yeah. Ask the nanny. There's a sleep app that you can use instead of YouTube. Oh well, listen, DM me the details for that because everyone cusses me. All you American nannies like, Shada, you're never sleeping. You're always up. I'm like, shush, just shush. I'm working, okay? I'm working. Yeah, no. There was another question I want to ask you. So you mentioned earlier that you by the way, if we get locked off, we can come back on if that's okay, like another 10-20 minutes, which is fine. But just Instagram tends to lock us up, but I think we should be okay. But you mentioned that when someone asks you about your mindful journey, right, they you mentioned that you did therapy. Now I've done therapy too, so I just want to know, I always really intrigued when I hear other people have therapy, because I just like to know what were the benefits for you, and what were the, like, would you recommend it? Like, how did it help you in like your mindfulness journey?
It's what got me to my mindfulness journey, to even recognize that there was a possibility that I had this inner landscape. I was through my own kind of past and my history, I've worked through a lot of trauma. And in that space, I learned how to disconnect from my body. And I learned that I was very cerebral up here and not fully connected. Like, I didn't really sense pain. I didn't really sense this understanding, which really meant that I wasn't going to be sensing my emotions. I wasn't connecting with anything inside that was going on. It was this whole new revelation that I could connect with other things. And I always had these tools within myself. I think I didn't trust myself. I learned not to trust myself. I was told not to. And so I'm really, really grateful to my ex-husband. We had a really kind of like a beautiful divorce, if you will, if there is such a thing.
I've never heard that, but that's amazing.
Yeah, I feel so blessed by that. And he encouraged me to go to therapy, and I'm so glad that I did. I was really able to unpackage things and recognize, and I really actually recognized that he wasn't the partner for me. I had married a carbon copy of my mom, and my mom is a narcissist. And that's something I've really worked hard through.
Your mom was what? Sorry?
A narcissist.
Yes. Yes.
And that's in therapy. That's where I recognized that. And I was so loyal to my mom that I would never say that before. There was just no way that anybody else could talk about my mom that way or my family that way. And then through therapy, I kind of had to unpackage all of these layers and these walls that I had built around protecting my family that were actually just really unhealthy. And I really had to unpackage my childhood, and I'm really grateful for that. And it brought me to mindfulness, which is amazing. I did, and I still continue to do my work, because that's our responsibility as a community, right? Is to do our work and to do our therapy. And therapy is, here's the thing. More people should research their therapist. More people should research their doctors. More people should make sure that it's in alignment with who you are. Yeah, they're safe, that they have that they have the proper credentials, that they have a good, you know, a system and support system around them, and that they're doing their own therapy so that they can pour into you. Just like a nanny, right? If we're not doing our work, we're probably not the best for the job, and we have to be authentically honest about that. So I think that everybody should go out there and research and figure out what's a good fit for them and ask around. And there's a lot of programs and support out there that that can be affordable as well. And even if you can, and I know some really great resources, if you need to find some, please feel free to DM me, and then do it. Take the leap and really commit to it. Don't just go 5 times like, and be like, oh, I'm done. You know, you haven't even broached, like even looked over the fence towards yourself in 5 sessions. You really have to commit to this unpackaging and repackaging, and really looking at your beliefs and why you believe them. So, and mindfulness does the same thing, but I always say, like, even in my trainings, it's a great, if you've got some pretty heavy stuff in my mindful nanny trainings that you're working through, I really recommend that first you find a therapist to work with, because sitting with yourself can be very uncomfortable, no matter who you are. So really looking back at that and sitting with that. How about you?
I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, for me, I did therapy when I had my accident in 2015. I don't think I've said this publicly before, but I'm going to say it. I suffered from depression. That is weird saying it out loud, by the way. When I had my accident, I'm a workaholic, so I became housebound because I ruptured my ligaments in both knees. I got a YouTube video on it. I'll put it up for people to watch. And I could not stand. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move my legs. When I finally got the feeling back in my legs, I had to start going through intense physio and hydrotherapy and learn to stand and walk and everything. That period was like my rock bottom. 4 weeks prior to that, I just broke up with like my high school sweetheart. So it was like heartbreak, and then boom, you can't move, you can't go anywhere. And how I get over heartbreak is by being busy. So then I couldn't do that. It was like the darkest time of my life. But it saved me. It really did save me. And so I had therapy then. I self-referred myself because I wasn't liking the way that my mind was thinking. So I self-referred myself for therapy, and then luckily, because I didn't need it face-to-face, my therapist will call me every Tuesday at 4 p.m. I never forget it, because I say therapy saved my life, and I will stick by that. And I know there's a stigma in the Black community about having therapy, but honestly, if you're suffering with mental health, or you're going through anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, anything mentally, reach out to someone, or reach out to someone you know that's been through what you've been through, or definitely self-refer yourself. Go see your GP, because for me, I spoke to my GP and then I got referred. And then I also self-referred myself as well, because I was just trying to get in there as quick as possible. And so every Tuesday I would look, I wouldn't do any, I knew I couldn't do anything, because I knew every Tuesday I needed to speak to my therapist, and I knew that I needed to have some kind of news to give my therapist that was positive, and that's what kept me going. So I say it to this day, therapy saved my life. So that's my experience of it.
I wish I could help you. Thank you for sharing that. That's
okay. That was very weird for me. Like I've never ever told anyone that. Like my family know, but I've never said it like publicly, that the D word, which is weird. I don't know. I just always felt really like, I don't want people to know that about me. But I speak about my anxiety very openly. But I think the depression, there's definitely a stigma there. And so I did CBT, which helped me, because it's like obviously cognitive behavioral therapy, and that helped me to understand what I was feeling, why I was feeling it, what were the triggers, how to stop rumination happening. So if I now know, if I feel something, I'm like, oh, depression could kick in because these things. So I had to find my purpose in life, the things that I basically value. And what I found was every time I weren't doing the things that I value, I was getting depressed. So then I needed to do the things that I value, which was very simple for me, which was going to the library and reading a book. Literally, reading a book was something I felt like quite. My therapist said, when you're relaxed, what do you tend to be doing? And I was like, reading. And she's like, when you're happy, what do you tend to be doing? I'm like, being around my family. She was like, when you're feeling carefree, what do you tend to be doing? I was like, traveling. So she was like, well, do you notice that these are all the things that you value and what make you you and what make you happy and contribute to your happiness? So because you're not doing any of those things, now do you see why you're depressed? And I'm like, raw, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I'm always reading, I'm always seeing my family, I'm always, like, that's why the traveling aspect of things is like, because now it's like, obviously there was more stuff, but that's like bitten now into my value and my purpose. So now I'm just like, okay,
Yes.
so 25% is lost a bit. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm running on 75% right now, which I can still do, I'm trying.
Yeah.
But traveling
Yes.
was really my escape in a way of my self-care. Some people self-care by going in the bath and having a nice candle lit bath or whatever. My self-care is traveling. So not being able to do that has been tricky. So now I've found other ways to self-care. But like I said, therapy definitely saved me. And yeah, but I wanted to mention something that you said because I'm listening. I'm listening. You mentioned that you grew up with a narcissistic parent. Does
Yes.
that mean that you was displaying codependent? Because I'm very big on psychology. Like I'm a bit of a psychology nerd.
Me too.
So would you displaying like codependent tendencies because of your upbringing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I
I thought
married my
so.
first husband.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
he was narcissistic too, and
Hmm.
to a degree that was different than my mom. But he
Mm,
very much my friends started recognizing this unraveling that was happening with me. And for
yeah,
example, he's once we got married, he's like, you don't need to work anymore. You can just you know I'll take care of you. I'll do this. I'll do that. It's kind of this like savior, type of
yeah,
mentality,
yeah.
like that he would take
There's a
over.
save,
And I,
save the
yeah,
syndrome.
yes.
Hmm.
And I've always been this go-getter. Like I've always been
Yeah,
this way. Like you and
yeah,
me, we're both the same.
yeah,
Like just charging ahead, finding our passion,
yeah.
and I recognize that through my own therapy. I remember when my therapist, I told her that I got engaged, and I had known her right from when I moved back from Hawaii. And I moved back from Hawaii with him. I stopped going
Mm,
to school. Like there was this unraveling that was happening that was so unhealthy. I just didn't
mm,
even recognize it. When sometimes we're too close to it, right?
yeah,
When it's our
yeah.
own story, we're way too close, and we need that therapist to kind of put the light here and show us. So I'm so glad that you shared that because
Hmm.
it's so authentic and so real to what's good. Oh yeah, I see everyone's. Oh, that's so
Hmm.
sweet. Um, and I recognized that there was this. I learned what codependence was for the first time in my life, and I remember talking to my best friend, and I was like, I really want to go back to work. And she's like, yeah, I'm so surprised you stopped. Then I started having that conversation with everybody else, all of my other girlfriends, and
Hmm.
they're like, yeah, we were
Mm,
really excited for you, but it was shocking. Like, this isn't
mm,
you. This isn't you. This isn't you.
yeah,
I kept hearing that. My
yeah.
therapist was like, okay, so I'm ready to have this conversation with you.
Mm,
We've explored the topic of your mom, and we've,
mm,
to the best of our ability, we've diagnosed what this looks like, and
mm,
what she is a narcissist. So I'm
mm,
looking now at your closest relationship with your husband, and recognizing that, do you see any patterns here? And it took me volunteering with other women through other
mm,
trauma, their trauma. I do a lot of work with trauma women in their past. And I was
mm,
sitting there and listening to them while I was leading this group. And we took a break, and I went to the bathroom and I just cried because I recognized that I was in a relationship with a narcissist for the very first time in my life. So when I went to my
yeah.
therapist and I talked to her about it, hi,
Mm,
Suki Sandy. She's like, okay, well, if you really, I said, I'm not sure. She's like, okay, well, ask him the following questions. And I came
mm,
home and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to work again. Like I've gone through my therapy. I'm ready to I want to get back out there. I'm really passionate about starting a business. And he's like, I don't think you're ready. And it was this like, all of a sudden, and I'm a believer of God personally, and
mm-hmm,
I felt like there was this download happening every time he would speak. There was this download that combating truth with what was lies and what was
mm,
perception. And it was this
mm,
really
mm,
interesting kind of battle between my old self and now my new self that I was growing
mm,
into,
mm,
recognizing that this was no longer going to serve me. And so
yeah,
we
yeah.
tried a lot of therapy together, we tried a lot of books together, and I recognized, oh, I wasn't only just doing this with my partner. I was picking a nanny family that were two narcissists. I had
Mm,
friends that were narcissists. I was repeating this stamp
yeah,
cycle
yeah,
everywhere I was
yeah,
of
yeah.
codependency and
Mm-hmm,
finding my
mm-hmm.
self-worth in other people versus
Yep.
finding my self-worth in here.
Yourself.
And
Yep, yep.
it was like, I felt like I always described it as like I was going through this swamp and I had everything stuck on me, and I was always searching for somebody else to be able to help me find the light. And really what I needed to do is like get all of that off of me, unpackage it through therapy, unpackage it through mindfulness, which was
I have to stop you very quickly because Instagram has put a timer here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We're going to come back. Yeah. Let me quickly read the comments and I'm going to come back, guys. Make sure you come back with us. Kalisha said, I do not have patience to be a nanny. Search your app, store, Tinnitus app. I'm going to do that. Everyone says they love my cup. Hug Shada. Finally, there's a stigma with depression. But guys, we're going to come back. We're going to come back, okay?